This is third live from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Life is amazing, isn't it? We'll talk a bit about that. But if you're watching this program on YouTube or on LinkedIn, on Twitter, kindly go back to YouTube and like our channel, subscribe to it, and share among your friends and family. We keep requesting you to like, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel for one simple reason. We only want people who are interested to learn about real estate market, about what's going on in the industry, some real information that can change the way you sell or buy your properties. This channel is all information based. We do not talk religion, politics, or anything controversial. If you have some social item to talk about, well, you are always most welcome to call our studios. You can use this phone number 647 956 1020, 647-800-1518. These two lines ring right in the studio, and we would love to take your questions and will appreciate your involvement in the show. So once again, please like our YouTube channel, which is PC24 RETV. Before I continue forward, but before we get into the details about what surprises awaits the housing market, so many things are changing. We'll go there very soon, but I would like to offer my congratulations to those people who are celebrating their birthday today, their anniversary today. I'm one of them. My anniversary on December 8th. And who have bought a house and they moved in there. They have accomplished their dreams, and also those families who got a newborn in their family. Well, congratulations to you all. May God keep you happy and smiling and cherishing each and every moment of your life. Every day we try to share some inspirational quote with you. The quote comes from some people who have accomplished great heights in their lives. Today, we are going to share a quote from Ziad Abdel Noor. He was a financier. Arabic name, it's Arabic, and he was born on December 3rd, 1960. He is slightly older than me. He's 62 years. Born in Beirut, Lebanon, and he is now settled in USA. He is a banker, financial activist, and author of Startup Saboteur and Economic Warfare. He is the president and CEO of Black Hawk Partners Inc., a New York-based private equity firm founded in 2008. He is the founder and president of the Financial Policy Council, FPC, founding members and partner of OMW Capital, and chairman of the U.S. Committee for a Free Lebanon, USCFL. In 2016, Ziad was named one of the 500 most influential CEOs in the world by Richtopia. So he was born on 3rd December 1960. Just a few days back, we saw his birthday pass by, and he is the son of Lebanese industrialist and former member of parliament Khalil Abdel Noor from 1992 to 2000. He was the former member of parliament and the nephew of the former financier and MP Salem Abdel Noor, who was in office from 1960 to 1964 and 1972 to 1992. He has written the books Economic Warfare and Startup Saboteur, How Incompetence, Ego, and Small Thinking prevent the wealth, prevent true wealth creation, and it was published by Morgan James Publishing on 11th June 2020. If you get a chance, please go read it. He was also awarded a global shaper from the World Economic Forum in 2017. So this person gave us a very good thought, and he said life is like photography. You use the negatives to develop. Life is like photography. You use the negatives to develop. What an amazing thought it is. So, whenever something negative happens in your life, do not be discouraged. Use that negative, turn into a positive, and then you will see it will become your routine and you will be less and less bothered by negativities of your life. You would rather look for negativity so you could turn that into positivity. As an analogy, I will tell you this: people create litter everywhere on the roads, by the curbsides. I have seen that. And then Bill Godfrey from city of Brampton took upon himself, he took a vote to make city of Brampton litter free by 2023. He himself took it. He took negativity and changed that into a positive aspect. So he started all by himself. In an interview with us, he said that he was a loner most of the time. And but when people saw him doing this great favor to the residents of the city, they started joining. A caravan became. And now they regularly go out and clean certain neighborhood areas. Are they expecting anything? No, they are not. But they just took this negativity, changed into a positive aspect, and started inspiring people. Now we have two kind of people: one who create litter, one who just take care of the litter. And this is so phenomenal. So use your life experience to develop further in your life. Otherwise, you will be just a stagnant water, and stagnant water does nothing except spread foul smell everywhere. So, our topic today is what awaits us next, because things are not as rosy as we would all want them to be. Bank of Canada released overnight policy rate. Now we are sitting at a very high rate this year. It really went too far. It is 4.25%. And the prime rate, well, I have never seen that high prime rate so far. When I purchased my first home, it was 6%. But now we are at 6.45%. And qualifying criteria for someone who wants to buy a house is 6.45 plus 2%. Well, you may get slightly lower than prime rate. Most of the banks would be happy to give you prime minus 90 basis point. Some may even compete with that rate. Fixed rate is has been brought down because the 5-year government bond yield fell down in November. So that's how fixed rate came down slightly, not too much, but slightly. So now variable rate, which was the most preferred type of mortgage with many home buyers, it's losing its charm because prime rate is too high and variable mortgages, they keep going up and up. We did speak about amortization period that has been extended to beyond 35 years, so people can still afford the monthly payments and also contribute a bit towards the principal payment, because trigger rate was trigger rate touched the mortgages, variable rate mortgages that had a fixed payment. The payment was not covering the principal, it was only covering a part of interest. So instead of inflating the payments, so many banks have extended the amortization, means time to pay off the whole mortgage loan. It is usually 25% if you are in a high ratio mortgage loan scenario, which is less than 20%. But if you are in 20%, you used to get 30 years. But now many mortgages, most of the mortgages I would say, have extended amortization beyond 35 years. If you check your statement, the mortgage statement, you will find out what bank has mentioned on it. The new terms, new amortization is everything should be on that. So make it a point to go read it. And then you will know where you stand. And if you are unclear about that, just pick up your phone and call your representative, find out how much is your amortization and how much principal you are recapturing in every payment and how much interest goes out if you have fixed mortgage payment. So anyways, so now Bank of Canada increased its policy rate by 50 basis point and continues quantitative tightening. So this is a press release from Bank of Canada that I have in front of me. It says the Bank of Canada increased its target rate for the overnight rate to 4.25%, with the bank rate at 4.5% and the deposit rate at 4.25%. The bank is also continuing its policy of quantitative tightening. Inflation around the world remains high and broadly based. Global economic growth is slowing. Although it is proving more resilient than was expected at the time of the October monetary policy report, in the United States the economy is weakening, but consumption continues to be solid and the labor market remains overheated. The gradual easing of global supply bottlenecks continues, although further progress could be disrupted by geopolitical events. In Canada, GDP growth in the third quarter was stronger than expected. This is a good thing. And the economy continued to operate in excess demand. Canada's labor market remains tight with unemployment near historic lows. While commodity exports have been strong, there is growing evidence that tighter monetary policy is restraining domestic demand. Consumption moderated in the third quarter and the housing market activity continues to decline. Overall, the data since October monetary policy report supports the bank's outlook that growth will essentially stall through the end of this year and the first half of the next year. CPI inflation remained at 6.9% in October, with many of the goods and service Canadians regularly buy showing large price increase. So this is a problem. We are in holiday season. Christmas is about 16 days, 15 hours, and 4 minutes and some seconds away from us. People will be spending lots and lots of money on gifts. This has been tradition going on in their families since ages. I don't think December is a good month to make a policy rate announcement. I think they should exempt the month of December and replace it with some other month. This doesn't look nice because people are in holiday spirit and then you just pull them back from buying, like they're about to pick something from the shelf, a toy, a gift for their loved one, and suddenly they feel their hand being pulled back. No, 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 you cannot buy. Now you got to pay more for mortgages. This is kind of a strain people are facing. The food costs are already touching over 11%. The food purchased from stores is at record high. In October, it was 11%. So we will see what comes next, because the Bank of Canada, sorry, the Statistics Canada will be releasing the report on inflation index very soon. It is 8th of December today. In 13 more days when inflation numbers are given to us. So it is 6.9 today. What do you think? How much would the inflation be? Just make your prediction. Just say something about it. And you don't have to be, economist. Sometimes it just requires you to be an aware person. And I think the inflation would have gone higher in November. It may be beyond 6.9%. It may be higher. It may be 7.2% or 3% again, because there is buying frenzy. We go to restaurant, we see they are overcrowded. We go to stores, we see them overcrowded. It's sales season. Black Friday just passed. People are still lured by those attractive sales deal everywhere. And many stores are still doing those Black Friday sales. They need to do something, right, to attract people, because things are really tough for businesses as well. If a consumer doesn't have money, and if the stores do not lower the price, how would people make their purchases? So definitely the stores have extended Black Friday deals or this and that deal, though there will be 12 days of giving starting in a few days, and then there will be more lucrative deals. You cannot escape that. The only way to escape that is shut down your internet, shut down your phone, and just close your eyes. Maybe put a facial on, put some cucumber on your eyes, and just relax, which is not going to happen, right? We cannot live without internet. We may survive lack of breath, but we may not survive lack of internet. There was time when patients didn't have phones on them, but now every patient I see doing live videos from the hospitals after the operation, before the operation. My God, it's been so tricky these days. We'll continue our chat. Stay with us. We'll come back after this short commercial break. Thank you very much for liking our channel PC24 RETV on YouTube. Thanks. Are you looking for a reliable legal office that can handle your closing in the most effective manner? If yes, please get in touch with Rakesh Joshi at 416-213-8600. Joshi Law Office provides all the legal advices about real estate law, business law, immigration laws, notarization and affidavits, wills and trust. Give them a call today, 416-213-8600. Are you looking for reliable immigration services? If yes, contact Sukhi Paul at 647-296-4575 or office phone number 905-790-8877. They are located at 219-220 at 7956 Torban Road. It's right at the intersection of Torban Road and Steeles Avenue West. Contact them for all kind of visa services. Are you the breadwinner for your family? Have you ever considered, if something were to happen to you, what would happen to your wife, to your children, to your parents? If not, this is the time to call Kamaljeet Bhola at 647-772-1481. She is an amazing insurance advisor working with Beyond Care Insurance Solutions in Brampton, Ontario. Find out what best you can do your family while you can. Do not put this thing off till tomorrow. This could be very, very critical for your family's future. Are you planning to change your career? Well, let me tell you this. You are thinking very right to change your career and become a top quality insurance advisor. Call Sarabjit Ludhar at 416-879-3888 3039. She also provides services in life insurance, long-term insurance, travel insurance, critical and disability insurance. Trust me, this is a great profession and everyone needs insurance. So what are you waiting for? Give Sarabjit Ludher a call today at 416-879-3039. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or any commercial real estate? If yes, call me today at 647-333-2273 or 647-328-3279. I provide services in real estate and mortgages. I am mortgage broker with Akal Mortgages Inc., where when we say yes, we stand behind our promise. Reach out to me today. Do you want to shop right without burning your pockets? If yes, please visit Monisha Discount Warehouse at 377 Burnhamthorpe Road, East Mississauga, Ontario. They are the best. They have all kind of Indian, Pakistani and other local stuff that you can buy at literally throwaway prices. Contact them at 905-361-0773. Monisha Discount Warehouse. D.P. Jain is a well-known name in the fields of accounting. You can contact him today at his cell number 416-305-0080 or his office number 905-790-9327. Once you start working with him, you will never want to leave him. He is 5-star professional. Call him today. D.P. Jain Professional Corporation. PC24 RETV is heard over so many different channels. If you want to promote your business for free, call me at 647-333-2273. You can also send your artwork to contact@paulcheema.com. We are here to be partners in your business success. 647-333-2273. PS24 ਵਾਲੀ ਟੀਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੁੜ ਤੋਂ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੋਸਟ ਪੌਲ ਚੀਮਾ। ਸਾਡਾ ਚੈਨਲ YouTube ਤੇ ਨਸ਼ਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜੀ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦਰਖਾਸਤ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ YouTube ਚੈਨਲ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਚੈਨਲ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈਗਾ PC24 RETV, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਲਾਈਕ ਕਰੋ, ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ। ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਵਧੀਆ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਡ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਸਟੂਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਸਾਡੇ ਨੰਬਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਸਾਡਾ ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈਗਾ 647 956 10 20 647 815 18। ਫੀਲ ਫਰੀ ਟੂ ਗਿਵ ਅਸ ਅ ਸ਼ਾਊਟ, ਵੀ ਆਰ ਹੇਅਰ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਕਿ ਵਾਟਸ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਔਨ ਇਨ ਦਾ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਸਰਪ੍ਰਾਈਜ਼ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। 25 ਤੋਂ 50% ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਸੀਗੀ। ਮੋਸਟਲੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਇਕੋਨੋਮਿਸਟ ਦਾ ਕਿ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ 25 ਬੇਸਿਸ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ, ਪਰ ਬੈਂਕ ਹੈਜ਼ went for another rate tightening cycle because they think it is better that we keep this inflation in check. The expectations for high inflations are really too much, and they do monitor it through your social media and other forums. They see what a consumer thinks about inflation, and then accordingly they make their decisions. But decision is closely guarded until the date of announcement or the last second of the announcement. Nobody gets a wind of it. I don't know how they keep so secure all this information. It's really amazing, incredible. So with that, the house prices are still tumbling down. Remax Ontario, or Remax Canada, in its prediction, they said that we are going to see a downturn in prices for Ontario and West Canada by more than 10 to 15%. So we don't know what's going to happen, which areas will be affected most of the, which get the most of the brunt of this brute force. As far as Greater Toronto area is concerned, I can tell you this is a very strong neighborhood. Of course, the house values are coming down, but Toronto in itself doesn't tumble too much. As you wander away from Toronto, things start changing. Numbers may become more and more predominant, and the luxury home segments may see most of the damage in its prices. Why? Because there are always fewer buyers in the high end price range. Most of the people are below $2 million these days, but there are people who go beyond $2 million, the cash buyers, the people with lots of money at their disposal, corporation, big industrialists. So those people are, well, they are good negotiators. That's how they reach that point in their life where they can make very educated decisions. Sometimes it's by fluke of luck. But anyways, so the government is literally pushing everyone to not buy things in the market. ਦਸੰਬਰ ਹੋਲੀਡੇ ਦਾ ਸੀਜ਼ਨ ਆ, ਲੋਕੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਿਫਟਾਂ ਖਰੀਦੀਏ, ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਖਿੱਚ ਲਿਆ ਗਿਆ 50% ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਨਾਲ 6.45% ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਰੇਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਰੇਟ ਨੇ ਧੱਜੀਆਂ ਉਡਾ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ। ਹਲੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਕੋਈ ਗਾਰੰਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੀ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਰੁਕਿਆ, ਹਲੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੁਕਿਆ, ਇਹ ਅੱਗੇ ਆਊਗਾ। ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਬੜੀ ਜਲਦੀ ਆ ਜਾਣੀ ਹੈ, 13 ਕੁ ਦਿਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਟ ਕਰ ਲਓ। 21 ਤਰੀਕ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੈਂਕ ਦੇ ਰੇਟ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ ਫੋਰ 2023 ਉਹਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਡੇਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰ ਦੂੰਗਾ। ਵੈਸੇ ਗੱਲ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹੀ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਗਲੇ ਤੇ ਗੰਡਾਸਾ ਕਦੋਂ ਪੈਣਾ, ਸਿੰਪਲ ਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਜਨਵਰੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਜਨਵਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੇਰ ਰੇਟ ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਹੋਣਾ, ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਭਈ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਕਾਨ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਨਾ ਹੀ ਖਰੀਦੀਏ। 7% ਦੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਤੇੜੇ ਜੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਰੇਟ ਚਲਾ ਗਿਆ। ਹੁਣ 6.45 ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਹਾਂ, ਵੀ ਆਰ 55 basis point below 7%, and I don't think they will touch there. They may probably go for low increase in January to regular increase of 25 basis points. It all depends on how the inflation plays out. So if it treats us in a nice manner, I think Bank of Canada will be nice. There is going to be a fireside chat on December 12 by Governor Tiff Macklem of Bank of Canada, and today we have an economic progress report announcement at 12:45 Eastern Time by Deputy Governor Sharon Kozicki. Sorry for mispronouncing the name. I don't even know if I pronounced it right this time or not. So 12:45 Eastern Standard Time, she will be talking about economic progress report. This is an upcoming event. If you want to tune into that, you can go to Bank of Canada's website, and the remarks, every report will be published here. So now we have some insight from Canadian mortgage trend. If you want to see that yourself, the website is canadianmortgagetrends.com, and they question this: was this the Bank of Canada's last rate hike? ਪਿਛਲੇ 3-4 ਮਹੀਨਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਇਹੀ ਸੋਚੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਗੱਡੀ ਖੜੂਗੀ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਆਇਆ ਕਿ ਸਤੰਬਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਬੜਾ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਿਆ ਸੀ ਜੀ, ਇਹ ਲਾਸਟ ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਆ, ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਮਕਾਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਹਵਾ 'ਚ ਉੱਡਣਗੀਆਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੱਕ ਲਓ, ਫੜ ਲਓ, ਇਹ ਕਰ ਲਓ, ਉਹ ਕਰ ਲਓ। ਬਟ ਨਥਿੰਗ ਆਫ ਦੈਟ ਸੋਰਟ ਹੈਪਨ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ, ਦੇ ਲਿਟਰਲੀ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਫੇਸ bad remarks from many people who said this person knows nothing, because that was so ridiculous, sad announcement. Without getting into detail, they were taken by just the headline that this is the last stop, but then what they didn't read was somewhere down in the last paragraph statement that they expect, they anticipate, they are of the view, and then that just a view. I can just give you a view that the Bank of Canada will not increase, it will rather start giving you money back. Does that make any sense? So if you make a great headline on top saying Bank of Canada will give you thousands of dollars to Canadians, and then you don't read that and you start making those TikTok videos, social media posts, and say this is what do I say next? So this is what the report on Canadian mortgage trend says. Despite delivering a half point interest rate hike at its final rate decision meeting of 2022, the Bank of Canada offered borrowers a glimmer of hope that this could be among its last. So do not be misled by this statement. It may not be the last. When there is a may or could, it is just an assumption, and assumptions may not be accurate because there are variables in the economic scenarios that government has to consider before they take a decision. And the biggest thing is how you expect the inflation to be, how much purchase you have to make, what season of this economic calendar we are in. Like we are in holiday season and people will make purchases. They have to look good to their beloved ones. They have to buy gifts, whether they use their credit cards or they use their lines of credit or they borrow money from other sources. They have to say, hey, don't say that Uncle Paul will not give you a gift. I will definitely give you a gift. And you wanted a truck? Well, this is one by 10 scale big truck RC ready to run for you. This is going to happen. Unfortunately, people see themselves from the eyes of others. And they also think unless they give, they won't be respected, which in my sense is not true. Just making a phone call to your beloved ones, saying them Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, will carry the same meaning as if you are giving $1,000 gift. Right relations will always understand your situation, and you should not live in kind of delusion trying to convince the world that you are very rich and you can do these things despite sulking in your own family in one corner and then crying over it, taking weird decisions of your life. On the heels of stronger than expected GDP growth in the third quarter and persistently high inflation, the Bank of Canada opted for the more aggressive of its two-rate hike options on Wednesdays. Markets and economists had been nearly evenly divided in forecasting a 25 or 50 basis point increase. I was of the thought that it would be 25%. Looking ahead, Governing Council will be considering whether the policy interest rate needs to rise further to bring supply and demand back into balance and return inflation to target. Come on, man. The target is 2 to 3%. Inflation is at 7%. Do you think it will happen overnight? Unless people stop buying, unless demand is reset to zero and then it starts running again, of course, in a reasonable fashion, only then inflation will come down. Otherwise, no chance. This is just, projections, predictions, forecast, amended forecast, this and that. Nothing is going to change, guys. Nothing to going change. So that was the first major deviation from the previous statements in which it regularly said rates will need to rise further. So Bank of Canada overnight target rate is now 4.25%. Prime rate is 6.45%. Total rate tightening that we saw in 2022 is 400 basis points. And market odds of a 25 basis point rate hike on January 25, 2023, market odds, just a guesswork, of rate hikes on January 2023 is 36%. So people, or not people, it's odds. 36% is the odds of bank increasing the rate in January by 25 basis points. is only 36%. Well, I don't trust these numbers anymore because they don't mean anything to me. Things are totally different. Every statement contradicts what people thought, how it will be, announced, what will be announced. But now this is where that language, they say the language, the first major deviation from previous statement in which it regularly said rates will need to rise further. That language closes the door to further hikes a touch more than what they had already intimated in the October statement, but nevertheless leaves it open. It's always, yeah, maybe. So this is a statement from Scotiabank economist Derek Holt. The forward guidance sounds more conditional, which increases optionality into January 25 meeting. So remember this. Next statement is January 25, which in today's world may as well be a decade from now. In its statement, the bank suggested there are three factors that will drive its decision as to whether or not further hikes are warranted. Governing Council continues to assess how tighter monetary policy is working to slow demand, how supply challenges are resolving, and how inflation and inflation expectations are responding. So remember this. Inflation expectations is a big criteria for the banks. So they need to see what you think inflation would sound like. If they see that people are expecting higher inflation, well, you get a bigger rate hike. In plain terms, it means bank will be focused specifically on GDP, which is gross domestic product, inflation and job figures, along with the progression of supply chain pressures. This is from BMO chief economist Douglas Porter. Today's relatively aggressive hike suggests that bank will remain acutely concerned about still high inflation expectation even amid a clear cooling in domestic demand and some early indications that underlying inflation is losing momentum. In recognition of those later factors, which is indication that underlying inflation is losing momentum and cooling in domestic demand, the bank has opened the door to the possibility that this could be the last rate hike of the cycle. Well, I don't think it's going to happen. Prime rate now is 6.45%, which is going to affect borrowing cost for all those people who have variable rates, whether they are capped variable rates or variable rates. And it will also affect your HELOC, which is home lines of equity. As usual, mortgage clients of TD Bank will see their prime rates rise slightly more to 6.60%. It's the result of an additional 15 basis point hike the bank made to its mortgage prime rate in 2016, independent of a Bank of Canada's rate move. So TD Bank has always higher prime rate than other banks because they add 15 basis points to whatever prime rate is there. For every 50 basis point increase, monthly mortgage payments increase by about $25 per 100,000 of debt based on 25-year amortization. So when the rate goes up, if you have mortgage of 25-year amortization, then for every $100,000, expect an increase of $25. If you have $800,000 of mortgage in you, so multiply that by 8, which will be $200. So if you are carrying a load of $800,000 mortgage load, then your monthly payment will increase by $200 if you are on a variable rate mortgage. Stay with us. We still have to talk about RBC proof point, which stated, are we going to be a nation of renters? Stay tuned, please.
Are you looking for a reliable legal office that can handle your closing in the most effective manner? If yes, please get in touch with Rakesh Joshi at 416-213-8600. Joshi Law Office provides all the legal advices about real estate law, business law, immigration laws, notarization and affidavits, wills and trust. Give them a call today, 416-213-8600. Are you looking for reliable immigration services? If yes, contact Sukhi Paul at 647-296-4575 or office phone number 905-790-8877. They are located at 219-220 at 7956 Torban Road. It's right at the intersection of Torban Road and Steeles Avenue West. Contact them for all kind of visa services. Are you the breadwinner for your family? Have you ever considered if something were to happen to you, what would happen to your wife, to your children, to your parents? If not, this is the time to call Kamaljeet Bhola at 647-772-1481. She is an amazing insurance advisor working with Beyond Care Insurance Solutions in Brampton, Ontario. Find out what best you can do your family while you can. Do not put this thing off till tomorrow. This could be very, very critical for your family's future. Are you planning to change your career? Well, let me tell you this. You are thinking very right to change your career and become a top quality insurance advisor. Call Sarabjit Ludar at 416-879-3039. She also provides services in life insurance, long-term insurance, travel insurance, critical and disability insurance. Trust me, this is a great profession and everyone needs insurance. So what are you waiting for? Give Sarabjit Ludar a call today at 416-879-3039. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or any commercial real estate? If yes, call me today at 647-333-2273 or 647-328-3279. I provide services in real estate and mortgages. I am mortgage broker with Akal Mortgages Inc., where when we say yes, we stand behind our promise. Reach out to me today. Do you want to shop right without burning your pockets? If yes, please visit Monisha Discount Warehouse at 377 Burnhamthorpe Road, East Mississauga, Ontario. They are the best. They have all kind of Indian, Pakistani and other local stuff that you can buy at literally throwaway prices. Contact them at 905-361-0773. Monisha Discount Warehouse. D.P. Jain is a well-known name in the fields of accounting. You can contact him today at his cell number 416-305-0080 or his office number 905-790-9327. Once you start working with him, you will never want to leave him. He is 5-star professional. Call him today. D.P. Jain Professional Corporation. PC24 RE-TV is heard over so many different channels. If you want to promote your business for free, call me at 647-333-2273. You can also send your artwork to contact@paulcheema.com. We are here to be partners in your business success. 647-333-2273.
ਇਸ 24 ਆਰ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਰਿਮੇਨਿੰਗ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੋਸਟ ਪੌਲ ਚੀਮਾ। ਸਾਡਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਇਸ ਵਕਤ YouTube ਤੇ ਨਸ਼ਰ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ। ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ YouTube ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਚੈਨਲ PC24 RE TV ਨੂੰ ਲਾਈਕ ਕਰੋ, ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੋਰ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਕਮਿਊਨੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੰਟੈਂਟ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਈਏ। जब तक सानू इस प्रोग्राम बारे कमेंट नहीं मिलणगे सानू यही लगूगा कि ਅਸੀਂ बहुत ਵਧੀਆ कर रहे हैं। ਇਵੈਲੂਏਟ करना ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸੁਣ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮੋਡੀਫਾਈ ਕਰੀਏ। ਕ੍ਰਿਸਮਸ ਲਈ ਸਿਰਫ 16 ਦਿਨ ਤੇ 15 ਘੰਟੇ ਦਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸ਼ਾਪਿੰਗ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਕਰ ਲਓ। ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਜਾਓਗੇ ਦੇਰ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਸ਼ਾਪ ਕਰਨ 'ਚ ਉਹਨੇ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਹਿੰਗੀਆਂ ਖਰੀਦੋਗੇ। ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਸਤੇ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਵੈਸੇ ਸਕੀਮਾਂ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ। ਸਟੂਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਸਾਡੇ ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈਗੇ 647 956 1020 647 815 18। ਸੋ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਅਦਾ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਰ ਮੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਬੂਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਅੱਛਾ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਕਿ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਰੁਝਾਨ ਹੋਣ ਲਏ ਆ, ਸੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਸਰਪ੍ਰਾਈਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਹਾਲੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਆਉਣੇ ਆ। as far as I can see, with more rate hikes coming in, I will never go for these statements which says the rate hikes are last, because I have been hearing that since September and nothing has changed. ਦੂਸਰੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੋਨੀ ਕਰੋਮਬੀ ਤੇ ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਫੋਰਡ ਦੀ ਆਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲਾਗ ਡਾਟ ਚੱਲਣ ਲੱਗ ਗਈ ਹੈ, ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਮ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਖਬਰਾਂ ਸੁਣਨ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਫੋਰਡ ਨੇ ਬੋਨੀ ਕਰੋਮਬੀ 'ਤੇ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਅਟੈਕ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ। ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਬੋਨੀ ਕਰੋਮਬੀ ਇਜ਼ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਦਾ ਮੋਰ ਹਾਊਸਿਸ ਡਿਵੈਲਪ ਫਾਸਟਰ ਬਿੱਲ। ਤੇ ਬੋਨੀ ਕਰੋਮਬੀ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਮਿਸਾਗਾ ਦੇ ਬੜੇ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਮੇਅਰ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ pushback ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। series of snap allegations and vilifying comments against Bonnie Crombie dominated closing remarks at a provincial transit funding announcement in Brampton Wednesday morning as Premier Doug Ford told Mississauga's mayor to stop being disingenuous and get on board with his PC government's controversial housing bill. Crombie has said it will have devastating financial consequences in the city and its taxpayer. What was meant to be an announcement on transportation by the PCs turned into a campaign-style attack as Ford publicly lashed out at Crombie over an issue that had nothing to do with Wednesday's event. So that shows how much powerful Bonnie Crombie is for PC leadership, because they see her as a threat. Wow. So he just came to announce for make some transit announcement, and this change. And he said, I know we have a few mayors that don't want to play in the sandbox, one being Mayor Crombie, and I do not know what her issue is. Get on board. Stop being disingenuous with the people of Mississauga. It's just absolutely wrong. So that is what started this verbal war between Bonnie Crombie and Premier Doug Ford. So we'll see where it takes us. She said last week, under Bill 23, property taxpayers will be funding developer profits. While we can agree and certainly appreciate the province's desire to incentivize affordability, it cannot be done on the backs of cities and our taxpayers. None of this is fair to our property taxpayers or our residents. So this is what it is. And the Premier accused Crombie of whining over his radical housing bill. Social media was quickly flooded by comments from residents who questioned why Ford singled Crombie out after dozens of mayors across Ontario criticized the legislation which passed last week. So we still have to see what happens. But Crombie, whose name has been mentioned as a possible liberal opponent of Ford in 4 years, pushed right back against premiers. This is the problem. After calling out Ford and his PC government last week for helping line the pockets of developers at the expense of the public on Wednesday, Crombie said her priority is to fight for the taxpayers of Mississauga. We are trying to build a great city and accommodate growth, but as it stands, this legislation will force us to either put the brakes on these plans due to lack of funding or significantly raise taxes by up to 10% a year for the next decade. That means 100% increase in next decade, she said in response to Ford's attack. So what do you think is going to happen? who is going to win. It's a kind of verbal duel between the premier and the mayor of Mississauga. I haven't heard of any comments from Brampton's mayor, Patrick Brown, but this is only coming from, or from Caledon. I think I may not have missed it, but this is where we stand now. So what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to change that they will come to a conclusion which is, respectable for all the parties and is great option for everyone? So we are still going to see continuing rate increases. Nothing is going to stop us, and be ready to pay more money for your mortgage payments. It's not going to slow down as far as I have seen it and I am aware of it. So as far as Toronto Regional Register Board, we did speak about it last time, how the things are. Mr. Amrit Sura was here yesterday with us, and he also um, gave a reason for the slowdown in market. There are a couple of factors at play. One is rate hikes. The second is holiday season. Third, of course, is seasonality, which is going out, and then their expectation among home sellers that prices will start rising up, and among buyers that it will further tumble down, coupled with Remax Canada's announcement, or what you call its forecast for 2023, that house values in Ontario and West Canada will come down by 10 to 15%, and overall Canada it will be close to 3%. What do you think is going to happen? It is really important that we understand your perspective, and then we see, okay, this is what is going to happen. As far as the market is concerned, the house sales have tumbled down by 49.4% from last year, and on a seasonally adjusted base, which is October 22nd to November 22nd, we are seeing 2.4% decline in number of sales. The year-over-year average price has come down by 7.2% in November 21. It was $1,162,564, and now it is $1,079,395 as per the market report released by TRAP on 6th of this month. Seasonally adjusted, we do not see much change. It's 0.3%. It's kind of dwindling at the same point. What do you think would be the reason for price not coming down in November? Is it that sellers are, stuck on a price? They don't want to sell it for less than what people sold just recently, or do you think this is something else to do with it? This is your call. Let me know. And total new listings have also come down by 11.6% from November of 2021. Sales to new listing ratio has come down. It is at 51%, still a balanced market. It is, assumed that 40 to 60% is a balanced market. When it goes beyond 60%, it will be, seller's market, and when it comes below 40%, it will be buyer's market. More houses available. Property days on market have increased slightly from 18 to, they're nearly doubled up, 33%, 33 days. From year over year, in November, the listing days on market were 13, and this time in November, the listing days on market are 22, 69.2% increase in number of days. So we are seeing that the home price index has started coming down from 2021. We did talk about it in detail in our previous broadcast. Please feel free to go back and refer to a broadcast. Leasing activity has also come down. All leasing activity has come down from last year to this year by 12.7%. So this is in square feet leased, right? All sales activity in commercial sector has also come down by 42.3%. Industrial leasing rate has gone up by 20.3%. Commercial retail leasing rate has gone up by 32.4%. And Office lease rate has gone up by 17.5%. We did speak about proof point by RBC analyst, and their proof point was this: is Canada becoming a nation of renters? So its highlights are, we will talk more about it tomorrow. The ranks of Canadian renters is growing fast. Though two-thirds of Canadian households owned their home in 2021, renters have increased at 3 times the rate of homeowners in the past decade. The shift to renting has been widespread across age groups and areas, though younger Canadians and urbanites still make up the largest groups. Growth in rentership is now strongest among baby boomers and in smaller cities. Affordability pressures, demographic forces, behavioral preferences currently driving this change will continue to fuel it in the years ahead. The bottom line: the rapid growth in renters isn't about to slow down. Concerted efforts among policymakers, developers, and builders are required to ensure, expand, and diversify Canada's stock of stable, affordable, and stable rental housing. So, are we going to be a nation of renters? What do you think? There have never been so many renters in Canada. According to the 2021 census, almost 5 million households rented the home they lived in last year, up from 4.1 million a decade earlier. And while owner households still dominate the Canadian landscape by a ratio of 2 to 1, so 2 owners, 1 renter, renters accounted for most of the growth over the year. Over the past 10 years, rentership increased by 876,000 households, or 22%, compared to a rise of 770,000, 8% in owner households. Wow, that is something that can tell you what is coming next. People are losing their ability to buy, but people who are buying are renting that out, making money, and the rents are so high that you cannot save for your own home. It's tough. We understand it. It's time for us to take your leave. But before we go, we'd like to offer our deepest condolences and sympathies for the families of those who lost a beloved one this day. May God Almighty grant peace to the departed soul and give courage, strength to you to overcome this loss. Please like our YouTube channel at PC24RETV. This is on YouTube. Just Google up PC24-RETV YouTube. You will find our channel. We share that information in our social media posts, so please feel free to go there, check that out. We would be eternally grateful to you for helping us expand this channel. Thank you very much, and tomorrow I will see you at 10:30 a.m. We are live Monday to Wednesday, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Thursdays 8 to 9 a.m. Friday and Saturdays we are again regular schedule, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Sundays we take a day off. Thank you very much for your support.